In this section, we'll be looking into functions and what are their uses and why we use functions in SQL. So a function by definition is a pre-built action that performs a calculation, manipulate data, and returns a result. A function can be of user-defined type or built-in types, so which are already provided by the database engines. So some of the common functions can be categorized into following categories such as like string functions, numeric functions, statistical functions, datetime functions, and others. So in terms of the string functions, we have functions like length, which gives the length of the string, trim, which trims the white spaces on the string, lower to convert a character into lowercase character, upper to convert a character into uppercase. So in Postgres, we use upper, whereas in MySQL, you use a ucase function to convert to the uppercase, and locate to locate a value in the string, ASCII to convert a character value to an ASCII value, left to get a substring from the left side, so given the length of the string, right to get the substring from the right side given the length, substring to get the substring from by giving a start position and the length, and reverse to reverse the value, whereas altrim will trim the value from the left side and rtrim will trim the value from the right side. So and format is to use to format the values. So another is numeric functions such as ceil and a cos, sine, floor, exponential, log, and greatest. So ceil to convert into ceil, and floor to convert into floor, and cos and sine performs a mathematical operation or cosine and sine operations, and so on. So statistical functions such as average and a sum, count, mean, max, variance, standard deviations, correlation, covariance are also present, and percentile count is also present. So another important functions are datetime functions. So to add a date or to check the difference of the date or date apart, or convert it to dates, those functions are also available. So other functions such as like concatenate to concatenate the two values, and coalesce to present another value in case of the null value, and cast is to change a type one type to another in SQL function. So what are the uses of the functions? So functions are used for data manipulation and changing values from one to another, performing user-defined actions, retrieving data and summarizing data, and also we can have a user-defined function as well. So let's move and look at the syntax of the function. So a function, as mentioned, can have built-in and user-defined. So to use a built-in function, we do select and then function name and then columns we want to use it. Or if the function doesn't take the column name, just the function name and a small bracket open close from tables. Whereas if you want to create a custom function, you do create function, use a keyword, and then function name, and then returns and a return type, what the type would be, as and dollar sign, and SQL query as dollar dollar as language SQL. So let's look at a simple function, use a length function in our case. So we do select first name, last name, and length of the first name as length first name from customer. So this length will basically count the length of the first name and have another column as length first name and print it. So let's look at some string functions example. So in a string function, we can do select then substring first name comma, and substring will take the start position and the length. So 1 comma 5 as substring first name, left first name comma 3 as left first name, and right first name comma 3 as right first name, lower, trim, reverse, upper, ASCII, and from customers. So these are the string functions that we are using, and we'll see in our demo as well. So let's moving ahead, let's see the numeric and a function. So select unit price, comma, and then in a ceil unit price for the ceil value, floor unit price for the floor value, exp for exponential price value, and sine for the sine value, round for rounding our values from product. And for a statistical function, so we use a select average, sum, count, mean, max function on the on the unit price, and a variance on the unit price, and STD standard deviation on STDV underscore pop on unit price. So standard deviation price from product. And uses of the other functions are select concatenate the name and category, Name as full name, so concat a name, comma, and then space, and then category name. Queries uses category name, comma, unknown category. If the category name is null, then it will fill with an unknown category as queries first name. And cast a unit price as varchar. So unit price was double, and a numeric value, it changes to varchar as cast price from product. Moving ahead, let's look at some of the hands-on on this one, and let's open up our PZ admin and start writing the code. So let's get rid of this one, and then we'll do select for the first example of the length. Select customer. So we can also see that customer has the customer ID, first name, last name, and email as their name. So we can run this and see our result. Sure enough, as given, we have first name, last name, and the length of the first name over here is 5 for James, because James has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, and so on for the others. Now let's look at other functions. The example will be string functions. So we are going to use the string function from is a string function from table customer. Okay, so what are the functions that we are going to use are for the first name, we will be using all our string functions. So first name, and then we are going to get the substring starting from 1 and up to 5 length, so as substring f name. All right, so then we can use left, the built-in function left name, and starting from the third position name, then right, um, then we can do trim. First name. Uh, all right, so let's go ahead and run this and see the output from the customers. So sure enough, for our case, we got so service string and a first name as James, because we are starting from the first and then going up to fifth. So yeah, every one of them has have at max 5 length in the first name, and the left first name is starting from the left position. So 3 of the letters that we have from the left. So right is 3 of the letters from the right, and lower is converts to lower, whereas trim and f name trims the white space values from the given values, and then reverses the same JAMS James value over here, and upper first name converts to the uppercase, and ASCII value gives an ASCII value of the first letter. now now let's move ahead and look at the numeric functions. So we'll we will be using the product table in this case. Select, and we will do unit price, and then also we'll use product. table, so unit price. Then we have seal, and then unit price as CEIS, seal unity, seal price, just right like that. Then our floor price as PRS price, and exponential price as EXP price, and then after sign price as sign price, and then after round unit price as round price. Sometimes you might have to convert the values into numeric type as well if the value is not numeric. So over here we can see that. So over here we can see the unit price was 2.5. This once we did the seal, it became 3. Once we did the floor, it became 2. And once we calculate the exponential on that, we got like 12.5, and sign value is 0.5, same as the rounded value is 3. And for 1, it rounded to 1, and the seal value is 2, the floor value is 1, and so on. So our numeric functions work as well. Let's go ahead and look at some of the statistical function. So for the statistical function, we'll be using the product table as well. We can also make use of the same unit price and then calculate the values. So select unit price, and then from the product table, and then we'll have average with the avg keyword or function. And the min max price from the product. So let's go ahead and run this. Oh, I forgot to mention that these functions boils this value into single value, so we cannot have a unit price over here. We will just need to add this value over here. And for the standard variance and standard deviation, we can use variance price as var price, and standard deviation stdv pop. So we'll just use this one and try to run it. And sure enough, for the unit price, the average price is 7.33. The sum of the total price is 117.37. The count of the items are like 16, or the unit price is 16. The minimum price was 1.1, and the maximum was 24.2 with a variance of 58.73. And if you want to also calculate the standard deviation, you can see using std dev pop, and then unit price as std dev price, and then run this again, and sure enough we have a standard deviation of 7.42. So now moving on to other functions, so we can also use other functions, and let's go ahead and write them from the products table. So we'll select some columns from product table, product, table names are case insensitive, so as long as it matches, it should be good. So we do cncat concat, and then concat takes multiple arguments, so we can give name and then space and then cat your category name as full name category. I'll just name it as full name category, and then coan coils. So coils takes in two things. So first is the value, and if the value has null, then what to place in those place. So in this case, I will say category name, and if the category name is null, we will just say unknown category as coils f name. Okay, in this case category, so we'll just say category. And if you want to check the first name as coils, you can also do that from products, sorry, from the customer table. And another one was cast. So cast will basically changes one value to another. We'll cast this as var card and CST cast price. All right. Now we'll run this. And sure enough, we have the from the products table with this keyword, we have the full name category as mango and fruit, orange fruit, and so on, cabbage vegetable, and the quotes category was fruit. So there was no null value, so we didn't replace anything with the unknown category over here. And casted values are now, you can see character varying, so which means that it is varchar now. That's it for the function in this section. Thank you for watching.